So guys, I believe this is much better now. If you can hear me, just let me know in the comment section so that I will just continue. Can you hear me, please? I think we have one person already. Okay, we have two persons. Please, if you can hear me, just let me know so that we can continue, because I think we just have to. It's noisy. I don't know why. Maybe I don't know why it's noisy now. We just have to see. Is it better now? The noise, has it reduced? Let me know. I think we just have like 15 minutes to 5 to just do one or two things. We have to reschedule this class again, please. If it's not clear enough, let me know so that we reschedule the class. Okay. Can you can you hear me now? Let me take off my earpiece. Is it much better now? I believe it's much better now. Is it better now? Can you guys hear me? Okay, it's much better now. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay. So sorry for that. The fault was from my side. I'm truly sorry for that. I'm truly sorry. So the thing is, now would have been a better time for us to have done this. Would have I would have loved to use 1 hour to show us one or two things, but because of time, I have been busy throughout today, and even now I'm just having 15 minutes left. By 5 p.m. I have somewhere I have to be, but because I promised us this live trade, then definitely we just have to do one or two things, so that we'll be able to you know how to maximize the opportunity. So let me quickly bring out my tool so that as I'm talking, I'll be labeling my charts here. Okay, so please just bear with me. So I believe one of the challenges that for some of us who are completely new to trading, so just like I've said, this class will not be we'll just be spending like 15 minutes. I'll have to reschedule this class maybe some other time and really prepare and plan for it. So I'm really sorry for coming this late and taking much time to be part of this class. So I'll just talk about lot size lot size because I believe that is one of the area where some of us are having issues, this lot size of a thing. So if you can see here on this particular account here, right, you can see that the balance is $13. Okay, the balance is $13, and if you have gotten my strategy, then definitely after practicing with it, you should be able to make use of maybe $10, maybe $10, $20, just from $10 to maybe $100. You should be able to do something with the strategy. So but I'm just going to talk about, for those of us that have small equity like this $13 here, so that we'll be able to take trades for ourselves. So what I'll do now, just look for an opportunity in the market. Let me see if I can see something. Okay, now for those of us that wants to make use of that strategy that you got, please, I want to say something very important now. Okay, now that strategy is powerful, but if you are going to be using that strategy, please make sure there are three things you need to know. Okay, now these three things, I'm saying it now because usually i'm I'm supposed to be saying this on my mentorship platform, but I'm just going to say it for the sake of those persons that are here, so that you'll be able to use that smartphone trading strategy that you got. Okay, so there are three things or four things you need to know. The first thing you need to know is the direction of the market. Okay, you need to know the direction of the market. So you need to know where the market is going. Is the market going upward or is the market going downward? Okay, so don't just use that strategy blindly. Don't just use the strategy and start doing 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, make sure you know where is the market exactly going. Is the market, is it going upward or is it going downward? Okay, so if you can know where the market is going, if it's going upward or downward, then you will now be able to know if you should be buying or selling. Okay, for example now, if you look at this particular market here. Okay, this is crash 500 index here. This crash 500 index here. So let me delete all these things that I have here. So this crash 500. Okay, so if you look very well now, someone can tell me the direction of this market. Okay, you will notice that the overall direction of this market is a downtrend. If you look very well here, you notice that this is like a downtrend here. Okay, this is like a downtrend. Remember, we are on the daily time frame. We're on the daily time frame here. So this is like a downtrend. So what's going to happen now is, whenever we see this leg here, you notice that this is like a retracement. For those of us that have been trading before now, we have what is called the retracement leg. Okay, where price is trying to retrace back to a particular level. Okay, so now that we've known that the market is in a downtrend here. Okay, remember the market is in a downtrend. So the second thing that we need to know now is for us to know, remember the first thing we talked about is direction. Okay, we want to know the direction of the market. Then the second thing we want to know is the key level. Okay, is the key level. So guys, the first thing you want to note is the direction. Is the market going upward or is the market going downward? Okay, then the second thing we need to know to be able to take a trade for ourselves in the market is to be able to know the key level. So what are key levels? Key levels, they are levels where markets can potentially turn. Okay, so examples of some key levels, we have our support and resistance. Okay, we have support and resistance. We can talk about supply and demand zones. We can talk about order blocks, and basically these are the basic key levels that we have: support and resistance, then supply and demand, then order blocks. Okay, so most of these concepts I go in depth on my mentorship course that some of my students have gotten already. So let's go back to the daily time frame so that we can see if we can be able to identify some of these very important key levels. Okay, so for example now, remember we've established the fact that market is going downwards. Okay, market is going downwards because this has been like a strong sell. Okay, so now what we want to do now is to look for a key level. Remember we said that our key level can either be support or resistance or supply and demand. Okay, so for this particular example, let us make use of support and resistance. So whenever market is retracing back here, we want to look for a resistance level. okay, where price has turned before previously, okay, that's our resistance level. So if we look very well, we will notice that it was at this particular point market turned. So this level here is like a resistance. I don't know if you are following. So market turned from here before, so this is like a resistance. So what we want to do now is to wait for market to come back to this level, okay, um which is the what is it called now, which is the second thing we want to take note of, okay. So we want to take note of this resistance level. So now that we've noticed that that's our resistance level, okay, what we can now do now is to draw our zone here and wait for price to come back, okay. Now that price has come back here, you notice that there is a likely chance for price to turn and start selling. Why? Because this is a resistance level. Remember the first thing we talked about the direction. Is market going upward or downward, okay. Then the second thing we talk about key level, and for our key level we are making use of support or resistance. So for this crash 500 index, remember our the direction here is a downward market, okay, and then our key level here is a resistance because market is resisting price at this level, and so we have to wait for price to come back to that level, okay. Now if you notice here that price is retracing from here, now is like a support, okay. So maybe later in the future we can wait for price to come back to this support and then we can decide to buy at this level, okay. We can decide to buy at this level. So don't worry if this is looking confusing, maybe another time we'll still look into it. But so currently now this is the situation of the market, okay. Market is actually um selling now, okay. So let me zoom out completely so that we can have a better outlook. So immediately this, okay, then we can now begin to start using our fractals to count, okay. We can start begin to use our fractal to count. So you can decide to count from this daily time frame here, okay, or you can go to the 4 hour time frame, okay. The reason you want to go to the 4 hour time frame is so that you'll be able to have like an early entry, okay. You want to enter early on time, okay. So you can begin to count. Now when we notice that price was approaching this um when we notice that price was approaching this resistance here, okay, you will notice that market started doing as if e wanted to sell, buy and all those things. For some of us, we know what these things mean. It means that market is either consolidating or in a range. So let me just go back to the daily time frame now so that we will see this thing clearly. So if you notice here, you will notice that this was where our first fractal formed, okay, at this particular level here on the daily time frame, okay. This was like the first one here, then this was like the second one here, okay. And then you notice that for our third fractal here, guys, we couldn't actually locate our third fractal, okay. So what we want to do, if you can't find your third fractal here on the daily time frame, what you want to do is to go down to the 4 hour time frame, okay. So go down to the 4 hour time frame to be able to look for that third fractal. So we'll just go, but we know that our third fractal is supposed to be somewhere around here. So let's just go to the 4 hour time frame. So by 5 now we'll be ending this class because I needed to get to somewhere, okay. So now the thing about using this strategy is this: when you've been able to identify now that you will notice that we have so many fractals here now, okay? But what we are trying to do is, at this point, we are trying to identify our third fractal, okay? Remember, on the daily time frame, we have been able to identify the first fractal here. We've been able to identify the second fractal here. So what we want to do now is to go to the 4-hour time frame, because we cannot easily find our third fractal, okay? So what we want to do is to go to the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame now, we will see that we have multiple fractals somewhere around here, okay? So what we want to do now is to be careful at this moment and select the best fractal. So here now, remember we have a fractal here, we have another fractal here, we have another fractal here, here and here. So but remember, this fractal is coming from the daily time frame, and that fractal is like our second fractal here. So what we can do at this particular level here is, after the second fractal has formed, we can select this to be our third fractal, okay? We select this to be our third fractal. In as much this fractal here has not been violated, this will be our third fractal, okay? So we'll put this here. So what you can now do now, okay, is to go to the 1 hour time frame, guys. So I'm just explaining this thing here, so that for those of us who are here, so that by today you send me your results. Once you trade and you make profit, you send me your instant results, okay? Now on the 1 hour time frame, if you go to the 1 hour time frame now, since this is like the third fractal here, what we want to do is to look for the fourth fractal, okay? So by looking for the fourth fractal here, you can decide to use, after identifying the third fractal, guys, you can decide to use any time frame for your fourth fractal, okay? And the reason is because you want to enter early on time. In fact, don't make use of the what is it called, don't make use of the 1 hour, because market, remember, this our third fractal now, because we are trying to locate our fourth fractal. So our fourth fractal will be somewhere around here, okay? Our fourth fractal will be somewhere around here. So what we want to do now is, don't make use of this 4 hour. After you are done with either the daily and you've gone to the 4 hour, you can now either make use of the 15 minutes or the 5 minutes, okay? Use either the 15 minutes or the 5 minutes. So I don't know, are you guys following? Please, if you are following, let me know, so that I know that you are following what I'm saying. So let's just quickly go to the 15 minutes. Okay, let's go to the 15 minutes. So on the 15 minutes time frame now, so what we want to do now is to look for that fourth fractal, okay? So guys, immediately you notice that this fourth fractal here formed here, okay? So immediately this fourth fractal form, what you want to do, you can take an entry. Once you take an entry, you can scalp the market, okay? Now at this moment, you don't have to be greedy, because this opportunity, you will always have this opportunity every time and every day, okay? So don't be greedy with this strategy. Once the fourth fractal forms here, you can see immediately it forms, you can take a sell. Even though the market didn't really sell long, you can take something, even if it's $5, take it and go and rest and come back. But you can see what happened. You can see that immediately formed here, you can see what happened, market still sold. So what you can do is, you can decide to hold your trade, okay? You can decide to hold your trade, but you can decide to still scalp immediately market forms here. You can take your sell, okay? So it will still be valid, okay? So guys, the thing is, we definitely have to come back to do this class again. Okay, we have to come back to do this class again because there's no enough time. Okay, so please, what I've shared here, go over this what is it called, go over this strategy again with the one you've gotten already. Okay, come here and follow what I've just said now and send me your results this evening, either with okay, don't worry, if you don't get, we'll still come back again. Okay, but I really need to rush somewhere now to attend to something important. Okay, so please, let's take our time to follow this example, follow this chart. And I would have loved to take a live trade, but because of time we have to do some analysis and all that, but we won't be able to do that. Maybe in our next class I will look for a convenient time, that's an appropriate time that we'll be able to meet. Okay, so but just go over this, and then for those that have gotten the page strategy, you can go over it and come back here, and then you can send me a DM if you want to if you want to get access to the mentorship platform. You can send me like a DM. Okay, so some of you that have already gotten the smartphone strategy, you are already in the mentorship platform already. Okay, so it's a good way for you, and those of you, I'm really happy some of you are also following the signals that we are giving. Okay, so please, thank you for your time. I really need to rush now, okay, to attend to some other things. So maybe some other time we'll just schedule this class. Okay, so please try and go over this again and again. I didn't talk about lot size again, so time will not permit me to talk about that lot size and some other things. Okay, so I'll have to go and prepare for our next class so that it will be more detailed and more thorough. Okay, so thank you. So please, before you leave guys, kindly like this particular video, that this live stream. Please just do me that favor of liking it so that other traders can get access to this particular. So before you leave guys, don't just leave, just like, and if you can share, please share it. Okay, okay, please. So thank you very much. So I will see you next time, and make sure you practice and don't blow your account guys. So thank you. So I'll just end the class now.